Greetings to all the teachers evaluating this video. I'm Sheikh Imran from the School of Agriculture and I'm going to speak on how the Indian economy is going to collapse in the next 5 years. An anonymous business school writer once said, "The economy gives in the best of times and grows in the worst of times." Such is the uncertain and turbulent nature of an economy, especially in tough times like now, where the whole world is rattled by the devastation caused by COVID 19 and virtually leaving global economies paralyzed. But how have nations like New Zealand and China managed to display positive projections? And India faces its worst economic slowdown in decades and it's on the verge of collapse. I'm not an economist, but let me tell you that it's not due to India being a behemoth of a nation, because India also boasts the world's largest agricultural system, manufacturing chains, and a large young workforce. So the question is, then what will lead to India's economic collapse in the next 5 years? The answer to this lies in India's economic mishappenings in the last 4 to 6 years. And as the quote says, there can only be an economy when there is efficiency, and that exactly is the problem of the Indian economy. The core grassroots problem being poor governance and weak financial leadership, with economical intellectuals, Nobel laureates, RBI chiefs, and other financial maestros being constantly ignored by the system in favor of capital gains and political lobbying, which has led to a visible decline in various sectors. Although outlandish schemes are advertised, the reality is completely different, with informal sectors barely reaping any benefit and living on the edge. The much hyped fiscal stimulus package for recovery also turned out to be 1/10 of the promised amount, which will surely lead to more debt ridden and suppressed companies in the future, which will further reduce the growth. The Indian economy is largely dependent on micro, small, and medium enterprises and other informal sectors. There's 63 million MSMEs, which contribute around 6.11% of the manufacturing GDP, while the unorganized informal economy now accounts for roughly half of India's GDP, and it's shrinking relative to the share of the private and public corporate sector, which accounts for 80 to 90% of the workforce. And schemes like the demonetization have landed a huge blow to these sectors than helped them. The major part of these workforces are migrants and laborers concentrated in production hubs around the country. And now, due to COVID, this large workforce is scattered around the country, engaging in agriculture and making distress sales to make ends meet. It is highly unlikely that these workers will travel back to cities due to the fear of starting over again and having no employment guarantees. Another ignored part of the Indian economy is agriculture, which boasts a total workforce contribution of 80% both directly and in its allied fields. With money being swindled in a complicated chain of market and now the government favoring corporate giants with unregulated and unconsented bills, it is clear that the farmer, who's an important piece of the economy, will suffer, and corporates will end up making huge profits and the state will lose their market yard revenues. It has also been seen that public sector utilities and industries are largely being ignored in favor of corporate giants, who in turn repay politicians through electoral bonds. This has led to public sectors not generating sustainable revenue and hence being shut down and sold to bidders. The airline sector is the great example of this. This mismanagement has led to reduced generation of employment, and currently the employment rate has reached an all-time high of 23.5%, which clearly shows that our policymakers have failed. Another huge problem is India's flawed tax system, which led to impractical indirect taxes and confusing upfront taxes, resulting in various industries exiting the Indian market and or not enter it at all. With taxes like GST, which was supposed to make the process convenient, have just led to a huge paper trail and investing in specialized IT forces and workers to get things done. This complicated tax system has led to many budding enterprises going bankrupt. Industry is a huge example of this. All these examples clearly point towards the people in charge and running the system. The whole nation watches in poignance while those in power decide to favor bureaucracy over individuals working hard for this nation, which has led to the inevitable decline in our economy and a possible collapse in the near uncertain future. So those might be some of the reasons why the Indian economy might collapse in the next 5 years. But my friends, this can be completely prevented if you're a conscious citizen and a hard worker of this nation. So be a driver of change for a better tomorrow. Thank you.